what is the relationship with the client? Who owns it? Okay, in Craig's world, maybe a little bit different than Steve's world. I'm going to ask them to weigh in that. You know, what motivates them to even sell insurance? And then lastly, what are some of the obstacles? Because if I can understand what motivates someone, and I can understand what is preventing them from doing what I want them to do, I've got a little bit of a head start on building out my own strategy. If I know what's in my way, if I know what's going to give me a tailwind, I've got an opportunity. So let's start with the registered representatives, okay? Sure. And Craig, we've kind of given you a list here of some common things that might motivate a registered rep. Let's talk about commissions first. Is that a motivator?
Absolutely. So, you know, the advisors that work for me today, they're salespeople, of course, right? And when you break down kind of their motivation, and we start from a commission perspective, they're in the business to make money. And they know, and we're continuing to help them understand the profitability that insurance brings to their business. Historically, in a bank channel, you know, the bank channel when it comes to investments and insurance has always been known as the guy that sells fixed annuities to the blue-haired lady when the CD rates aren't the same, right? And at USBank and other bank brokerage firms, what you're starting to see is a migration to, you know, more comprehensive wealth management. And in that area, the big aha that is coming to our advisors is in the area of revenue. And if I do more for my client and I have less clients, my revenue opportunity actually increases, right? So the great one and done, as we run around and talk to our advisors about today, is really being broke down. And the primary driver is the opportunity to make more money. So when we talk about life insurance and we talk about what motivates a registered rep, and especially at US Bank, the opportunity from commissions is very big at that point. So
the first question on my prior slide was talk about the client relationship.
You bet.
Do the reps own that relationship, or is that relationship from us?
No, good point. With US Bank Core Investments, we are seen as the relationship manager. And if you can think about that slide where we had community banking and mortgage and metropolitan banking and all that, think of our advisors and bank advisors as kind of the one point of contact that we're trying to develop. And it's the advisor's responsibility to work in partnership with banking, mortgage, credit card, and all that to deliver the comprehensive wealth management. So my advisors are really about owning the relationship for the entire organization. And the phrase we use a lot is, it's our responsibility to bring the bank to the client. And so we are front and center in that relationship.
And generally they have a book of business.
Absolutely. Yep.
And when we think about insurance opportunities, where is the source of insurance opportunities for a registered rep? Are they getting referrals from other partners in the branch, or are they mining the opportunities within their book of business?
There, in essence, is the demystification of the bank channel. You know, our advisors do have a book of business, and the opportunity today goes back from, you know, historically we were the one and done, we did a transaction, we moved on. We're bringing those clients back in, we're reprofiling, we're looking for additional opportunities in that area. But our relationship with the bank is also one of the key drivers. When you look at how we interact and how we relate with the bank channel at US Bank, our branch managers and our branch's success is also determined in some part on the revenue that we generate. And so it is self-fulfilling, if you will, in that if a branch can motivate their employees to bring the right client to the advisor, where we can do wealth management planning and drive investments and insurance solutions, it kind of feeds the circle itself, right, in that area. So,
okay, so let me get granular for 1 second. If I'm a registered rep in a branch,
yep,
and I've got this book of business, are there any tools that I can use that might help me sort clients by profile? So if somebody here said, you know, let's call on this particular profile because we have an idea that might apply. Is that capable?
Yeah, you know, the advisors today at US Bank have a front-end tool that allows them to look at various criteria on the accounts that are under their rep number. They can do sorting based on assets, they can do sorting based on age, they can do sorting based on, gosh, all sorts of criteria that's gathered during the new account opening. On top of that, once we have the client and we understand what the right opportunity is, we have a number of financial planning tools, of which a handful of them are insurance-based, that will allow them to take that data and run through some analysis, whether it be income replacement, estate planning, long-term care, and really quantify the need on behalf of the client. And then at that point, once we've understood the client's situation, and we haven't gotten to this part, but in conjunction with our partners, and we'll talk about that, I'm sure, as we move in, just how critical it is to the advisor to have strong partners that serve as an expert in that field. Then it's our opportunity to present the opportunity to the client in terms of their entire situation, and hopefully it doesn't become a sale, it becomes a needs-solving issue, and we move from there.
Okay.